Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Demolition is upon us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be available for an entire week. If you play in this playlist, you get double experience. And I want to give a big thank you. Before we get into the video here, a giant thank you to Raven Software for one, giving us Demolition. It's freaking incredible that they're actually adding new game modes and new content to the game to keep fans engaged and interested. But also, the decision to restrict Frag Times 3 from Demolition has honestly made it one of my favorite game modes. I think right now it actually is my favorite game mode to play in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. So we have this tweet from Wendell Wobble, Amos Hodge of course. Demolition for Weekend Warfare. We restricted Frag Times 3 for the sake of sanity and human decency. I feel as though Raven Software understands how overpowered and broken that perk actually is, and the fact that it's not available in this particular playlist makes it so much freaking fun to play. So last night I decided to play with subscribers. I invited subs off of Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter for a chance to play, it's at NeroTweets. I don't do open lobbies every single day, but when I do open lobbies, I invite people in off of Twitter, so you guys know about that. And so we started playing some Demolition, and we ended up getting into a very, very competitive match, which is what you guys have been watching right now. So basically, the other team consists of 3 20th prestiges. One guy is almost level 1000. There's a 13th prestige, a 10th prestige, and I think like maybe a 3rd prestige. But in general, these guys play a freaking ton. They were a party of 6. It was our party of 6 versus their party of 6 in a very competitive game of Demolition on Crash. So much freaking fun. This is by far the most competitive match of Modern Warfare Remastered that I have ever actually played. So freaking good. I'm very happy I recorded it. I was able to share it with you guys here. So hopefully you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy the gameplay while we discuss Demolition as a whole, because honestly, this game mode needs to be a feature in Modern Warfare Remastered. It just needs to be a standard game mode, not just something that we see for a week here in Call of Duty Days of Summer. So if you guys don't know how Demolition works, it's a bomb-style game mode similar to Search and Destroy, but there are respawns. The bomb sites are in different locations than they are in Search for balancing reasons, because just because they work well in Search doesn't mean they're necessarily going to work well within a respawn game mode. And basically, the attacking team needs to blow up both objectives. They have a very small amount of time to actually do that, but by blowing up one objective, they give themselves extended time to have more time to be able to blow up the second objective. And of course, the defending team's job is to simply defend. It's first team to 2. If you get a draw 1-1 like we have here in this game, you go into overtime, where basically both teams are fighting for one objective in the center of the map. Now, what you guys are seeing me do right here is I'm taking control of this 2-story building next to the bomb site, basically wedging myself between the bomb and the opposing team. My team is doing a fantastic job, and shout out to all my subscribers I played with last night, because you guys were freaking awesome. But they were playing the objective incredibly hard, trying to just control the center portion of the map and get the bombs planted and defused. Meanwhile, I'm pushing up, being the Slayer, basically taking out people, going on a 20 kill streak. And that was the best part of this entire gameplay, in my opinion, was the fact that I'm pretty positive I was negative or close to negative going into overtime, yet somehow I managed to find a way to drop 40 kills in overtime, just capitalizing on all the sheer chaos that was actually happening around me. So freaking fun. We pick up the M4 right here. I'm actually getting close to a 25 kill streak. Spoiler, I don't actually get it. I end up getting shot in the back on the 24 kill streak. Would have been really cool to get the Dude Where's My Nuke challenge, but we didn't actually get it. But still, we got the bomb planted, we were able to defend it, and we ended up winning the game. I didn't show the entire match because it would have been like a very, very long video of me trying to show this entire competitive match, but I want to show you guys the ending. Pretty freaking awesome. And Demolition is just so much freaking fun. I really do truly enjoy this game mode. I was a big fan of it back when they implemented it back into Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It was a very good game mode in my opinion, and I've enjoyed it in pretty much every game that has been a part of, but Demolition has always had this stigma of being the spawn trap game mode. So let's talk about that. Is spawn trapping a feature in Demolition here in Modern Warfare Remastered? To an extent, if you really do set up a giant perimeter around where the opposing team is going to spawn and nobody actually runs into the spawn, they're going to spawn in that general area. Now, my team was all about winning. We didn't really try to spawn trap or anything like that. Like, basically, we were winning matches in like 3 or 4 minutes most of the time. Like, if we were on offense, both bombs were planted immediately, and then we just won. If we were on defense, we just wouldn't let them plant at all. We weren't doing any cheesing. We weren't extending time on purpose, allowing them to plant bombs just to extend the amount of time we can spawn trap them or anything like that. But I did notice spawn trapping could be potentially an issue, but I do know for a fact if you have 1 or 2 people running towards their spawn, they will spawn the opposing team on the other end of the map behind you, and that's definitely a big issue. It's almost better to not do that, right? And then I noticed that certain maps definitely seem a little bit unbalanced for the game mode. Now keep in mind, Call of Duty 4 did not have Demolition. It was not a thing. These maps were not built with Demolition in mind, so basically Raven Software had to, retroactively go back and change up the maps and like put bomb sites where they feel as though would be good locations for the game mode itself. And certain maps don't make a ton of sense. I'm going to be showing you guys examples of that here in this video. So for example, Beach Bog or even regular bog, if you're on the offense team, you can get to the A bomb before the defending team can, and you're inside of a building. Like, check out like just how this dynamic works right here. Like, it's so easy to get in there and just plant the bomb right away. There's nothing the defending team can actually do. Now, if you're playing on vacant and you're on defense, however, the B bomb is, I don't even know, the bomb inside the back room here, how do you even stop a good team from defending this, right? So we had a match where it was actually competitive and we just could not get in there. Like, the other team was pretty equal and we had difficulty actually getting that bomb. We couldn't get it. We had to go into overtime to actually win that particular game. Whereas if you're facing bad players, like as always, if your team just in terms of skill completely outmatches the opposing team, you can just raffle stomp in there, kill them off, plant the bomb, and you're fine. But assuming both teams are of equal skill level, it's pretty much impossible, at least in my opinion, to stop the attacking team on Bog from planting the A bomb, and it's pretty much impossible to stop the defending team from defending the B bomb while playing on vacant. Now, the rest of the maps that were actually pretty balanced, at least in my opinion. There were some ones that were more difficult than others, which is always the case. Like going back to Modern Warfare 2, if you guys remember Estate, which may be coming to Modern Warfare Remastered with the Elite Regroup map pack, keep in mind, the bomb inside the cabin on Estate was freaking difficult. Like, notoriously one of the hardest demolition points to actually take an offense ever. I remember having to use tactical insurgents in the basement of the cabin on Estate to even get close to being able to plant that objective. So it's definitely a very interesting game mode. I am a big fan of it. It's not as if, I hopped on, I played 2 or 3 matches, and I developed my opinion. We literally played Demolition for 6 hours last night, and we had some very close games. We had some very easy games. I'm noticing a lot of people don't know how to play the game mode, and I think part of it is due to the fact that I was playing with a party, right? We were playing with a party and the other team is not. Demolition is such a team-focused game mode that there's nothing they can freaking do, right? If you're on the other team and you're facing a full party and your team just isn't working together, you're going to lose, and you're going to lose badly. It's that kind of game mode. But I did notice a lot of people, while playing on offense, who simply weren't even trying to plant the bombs. It's not as if, they were, being spawn trapped or anything like that. It's that they were basically just sitting in the back. Like, they were playing this game mode. Chances are they haven't played it, because Demolition isn't exactly a popular game mode. It's not even in every single Call of Duty game. And so they're playing this new mode for the first time. They don't really know what's going on, and they're basically just camping in random places. And what's great about Demolition is if you don't plant those bombs, your offensive round is over very quickly, like a minute or 2 or something like that, right? So we're winning full matches in like 5 minutes, whereas if it's a competitive game, you can also play like a 15-minute long match. Like, it runs both ends of the spectrum. So I think that's actually pretty awesome. Demolition as a whole, freaking fantastic. Thank you so much, Raven Software, for giving us this game mode, but also thank you so freaking much for finally standing up the Frag Times 3, because Frag Times 3 is a broken, overpowered perk that honestly, and people don't want to hear this, honestly, in the long run, makes you a worse player. Here in Modern Warfare Remastered, it can kind of compensate by occasionally getting you kills by throwing your 3 mini nukes every time you spawn, but honestly, if you want to become a good player, and this is coming from someone who's played the series for a decade, somebody that has like a 220 KD in Modern Warfare Remastered, wins almost 85% of his games, like, I know a lot about Call of Duty, and trust me when I say, if you want to become good at the series, you need to focus on the 3 core fundamental mechanics of Call of Duty, which are going to be gun skill, map awareness, and spawn knowledge. If you become good at those 3 things, you'll become a good Call of Duty player in general, not even just in Modern Warfare Remastered, but across the board. Like, you can take those skills and they will translate perfectly into every single Call of Duty game. Whereas relying on crutch perks like One Man Army, Danger Close, Frag Times 3, Martyrdom, Last Stand, all the annoying perks that we all know, relying on those things does not make you a better player. In fact, it actually makes you a bit worse because you're relying on that crutch. And so when you don't have that crutch, like when you go play Black Ops 3, or if you go play Infinite Warfare, or even COD World War II, if you go play those games where those crutches aren't there, then suddenly you're not as good as you were on the game with the crutch perk, right? So get good at those things. It's going to make you a better player. Running frag times 3 is a bad thing. It's a plague on the game. I think I'm a bit more passionate about this subject than most people because I freaking hate that perk. Honestly, so many of my deaths are just people randomly spamming grenades across the map, and it's so freaking frustrating. It's unavoidable in this game. So for them to have removed it from Demolition makes this game mode so much freaking fun to play. My opinion, very high. I mean, if I had to rate it out of 10, like 9.5 out of 10, Demolition is a lot of fun. There are some things they can work on, but in general, big fan, and I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comment section below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.